You know, guys, I just realized that I've been over here for a couple of weeks now, and I have yet to actually explain to you how I wound up over here. It's actually a pretty funny story. It started off with a trip to
is that when they come into our rooms and we actually talk to them about this and we ask them to prove that these things are fairy tales, they can't do it. See, atheists have just as much faith as I do.
There it is! My favorite Christian argument. Did I say argument? What I meant to say was fucked up, half-retarded bullshit. The Christian will contend that you need to have absolute perfect knowledge of the entire universe in order to state with absolute certainty that no God exists. And that without that perfect knowledge, the atheist's claims are based on faith. While perfect knowledge of the entire universe is required to state with absolute certainty that no God exists, such knowledge is not required for disbelief. Disbelief does not require faith. It in fact does not require evidence of any kind. We'll start with the bionic dance definition of atheism. Let's say that there's some Pacific Islander out there somewhere that has never heard of the concept of gods. Under the BD definition, this would make that Islander an atheist that has no faith that no gods exist. Are you with me so far? Under the narrower and correct definition of atheism, a person who is given evidence in support of the existence of God and finds that that evidence is lacking also requires no faith for their disbelief. You know, Christians tend to see faith as something virtuous, so it strikes me as odd that G Man sits there condemning atheism because it's based on faith. This would also seem to imply that the more faith a proposition requires, the less likely it is to be true. And I know what you're thinking. That's pretty ironic, isn't it? And it's not, actually. It's hypocritical. Let's look at it this way. We've got, what, 99% of the world's scientists that have access to state-of-the-art testing facilities, and you've got anecdotal evidence and stories scribbled on paper in the Bronze Age. Oh, wait, I forgot. Paper hadn't been invented yet. Science hadn't quite reached that point in its development. He also seems to argue that atheism is dangerous, and therefore not something that should be entered into lightly. And aside from being an appeal to emotion, this would also indicate that faith is a terrible reason to disbelieve something, while at the same time being a great reason to believe something else. Which this time actually is ironic. Do you remember that clip I showed you at the start of this video? Well, if we rewind it less than 90 seconds, he's gonna set me up for my next point. Take a look.
Christ comes into the world, seeing that there will be a falling away. Guys, this is just going to be a regular thing. We're going to see people leaving Christianity for different belief systems, and they will abandon their faith for Christ. They will abandon their faith from Christ because they have been deceived.
Happens all the time. Something comes along that tests the Christian's faith. Sure, there are some atheists that wind up converting to a religion, but what you never see in atheism is periods of intermittent God worship because of the strain required to maintain the faith and that no gods exist. If atheism were an identity that was based on faith, you would expect to see the atheists going through the same troubles that some Christians have maintaining their faith. Well, I wrapped that up pretty quickly. So let me ask you guys a question. Why are we pretending that G Man is somebody worth wasting the time on? It'd be different if he at least had some idea of what he was talking about. He doesn't have the first fucking clue. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. It's a 17-minute non sequitur about how atheism is based on faith.
Deceive you on is that they don't have religion, which I think is hilarious. I think it's absolutely hilarious that they would actually say that with a straight face.
Oh, laugh it up, cocksucker. I'm about to bring the truth. Just because I'm not buying the shit that you're selling, it doesn't mean that I'm selling something else. Was that too vague for you? To claim that atheism is a religion is to claim that it's a set of beliefs concerning the cause, nature, and purpose of the universe. Even the strong atheist position, the positive claim that God is bullshit, is still just one belief on one topic. And that topic ain't the cause, nature, and purpose of the universe. If atheism is a religion, then abstinence is a sex position. Seriously, this is the guy. I mean, everybody, why are we taking him seriously? You know, everyone was starting to be like, oh, you should go out to G Man, you should make a video to G Man. Why? At least Inventor Gorilla was, you know, someone that I had fun making fun of. This guy I almost feel sad for. Clearly he has some sort of brain trauma or there's something. I don't want to just say that he's an idiot. It's like his mother spent the entire third trimester huffing gasoline fumes. So the next time you guys want to suggest a target to me, let's at least make it worth my while. Seriously, guys, really. You made me put on my tie for nothing.